We often hear success described as a destination, a final achievement, something that happens when we reach a specific goal or milestone. We're conditioned to think of success as something we must strive for, something external, whether it's a promotion, recognition, wealth, or fame. But what if we stopped seeing success in that way? What if success wasn't a fixed point on the map, but a continuous journey? We often hear success described as a destination, a final achievement, something that happens when we reach a specific goal or milestone. We're conditioned to think of success as something we must strive for, something external, whether it's a promotion, recognition, wealth, or fame. But what if we stopped seeing success in that way? What if success wasn't a fixed point on the map, but a continuous journey? Redefining success means shifting our perspective from seeing it as a singular event to understanding it as a series of moments, a path that we walk each and every day. It's not about reaching a certain peak and then stopping. It's about the growth that takes place with each step we take. It's about the lessons learned, the resilience built, and the strength we gather along the way. When we think of success as a journey, we stop measuring it purely by external markers. Instead, we measure it by our personal growth, our capacity to handle adversity, and our ability to remain hopeful and focused even when the road gets tough. Success becomes less about what we have at the end of the road and more about how we evolve as we move forward. It becomes a living, breathing process, something that is shaped by our experiences, our actions, and the person we become as we face challenges and embrace opportunities. This redefinition of success invites us to be kinder to ourselves. It helps us to acknowledge that there is no one right way to succeed. Success looks different for everyone, and it doesn't have to fit a particular mold. It's about embracing where we are in the moment, trusting that every step, every decision, and every detour is part of the journey that makes us who we are. It's a reminder that the pursuit itself, with all of its highs and lows, is what truly defines success, not just a specific endpoint we think we need to reach. The importance of the journey lies in the fact that it shapes us, teaches us, and molds us into the people we are meant to become. We often get so focused on the end result, on achieving a particular goal or reaching a destination, that we forget to appreciate the path we're on. The journey is where the real transformation happens. It's the space where we discover our true strength, where we learn how to persevere through adversity, and where we understand what truly matters to us. The journey also allows us to build meaningful relationships, to connect with others who are walking similar paths. It's in the moments of shared experience, the times when we lift each other up and learn from each other's journeys, that we realize we are not alone. We may each be walking our own individual paths, but we are all part of a larger collective journey. These connections, these moments of support and understanding, are as much a part of our success as the milestones we achieve. Along the way, we face challenges that seem insurmountable, but it is through those obstacles that we learn our capacity for resilience. The setbacks, the failures, the moments of doubt, they are not signs of defeat, but opportunities to grow. Each time we rise after a fall, we become stronger, more capable, and more prepared for whatever comes next. If we only focus on the end goal, we miss the lessons that are taught through the struggle. We miss the quiet growth that takes place in the moments of difficulty, the ways in which we are forced to stretch beyond our comfort zones. In fact, the journey is where we find purpose. It's in the day-to-day choices we make, the way we show up for ourselves and others, that we uncover our true purpose and meaning. We might start with one goal in mind, but as we move through the journey, we often realize that our purpose expands, shifts, and evolves. The journey teaches us to be flexible, to remain open to new opportunities, and to embrace the unexpected. It reveals to us that success isn't always about what we thought it would be, but about what we discover along the way. The beauty of the journey is that it is never static. It is fluid, unpredictable, and dynamic, and it's in embracing that uncertainty, that fluidity, that we learn to trust ourselves and our instincts. The journey requires us to take risks, to step into the unknown, to leap with faith, even when the ground beneath us is uncertain. And it's through those leaps that we begin to realize our full potential. The importance of the journey is not just in where it leads us, but in the transformation that happens inside of us as we walk it. Personal growth is the core of the journey. It's the evolution of who we are as individuals, shaped not only by our successes, but by our challenges, our mistakes, and the way we respond to life's unpredictability. It's easy to assume that personal growth happens automatically or that it only comes with achieving our goals, but in truth, growth happens in every moment of struggle and triumph, in every decision we make along the way. Personal growth is also about resilience. It's about learning how to pick ourselves up after life knocks us down, how to move forward when it feels like we can't go any further. It's in these moments of struggle that we discover our inner strength. We tap into a well of courage we never knew we had, and we begin to understand that the challenges we face don't define us, they refine us. With each setback, we build mental and emotional strength, fortifying ourselves for whatever comes next. But growth is not just internal, it is deeply relational. The people we meet along the way, the relationships we build, and the experiences we share shape our growth. Through interactions with others, we develop empathy, understanding, and a sense of connection. The way we navigate the world, the way we treat others, and the way we allow others to impact us all contribute to our personal development. We learn not only who we are, but who we are in relation to others and how we can create meaningful, lasting bonds. Personal growth is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It's a process of becoming better, kinder, wiser, and more compassionate with each passing day. It challenges us to be uncomfortable, to step out of our comfort zones, to embrace change, and to continually seek new ways to grow. It asks us to be patient with ourselves, knowing that true transformation happens over time, and that every small step forward is part of a much larger unfolding journey. Throughout the journey, we learn what truly matters to us. We are presented with countless opportunities to examine our values and decide how we want to show up in the world. Our personal growth often pushes us to challenge old narratives and belief systems that no longer serve us, opening the door for new perspectives and possibilities. As we evolve, we become more authentic in our actions, more aligned with our true selves. The growth that comes from this self-awareness is transformative. It's not about being perfect, but about becoming the truest version of who we are meant to be. At its heart, personal growth is about expanding our capacity to understand ourselves and the world around us. It's the ability to step back and reflect on our thoughts, behaviors, and beliefs, and to choose to evolve them when necessary. This process requires a willingness to be vulnerable, to acknowledge our limitations, confront our fears, and allow ourselves the space to improve. It's about realizing that we are always works in progress, always capable of becoming more than we were yesterday. Celebrating small wins is one of the most powerful practices we can adopt in our lives. We often find ourselves fixated on the big milestones, the moment we finish a project, receive recognition, or achieve something we've worked toward for a long time. But in doing so, we overlook the countless small victories that happen every single day. These moments, seemingly insignificant on their own, are actually the building blocks of progress. They are the stepping stones that, when acknowledged, can create momentum, boost our confidence, and remind us that we are moving forward. Small wins can be anything: a step closer to a goal, a positive change in behavior, an obstacle overcome, or even just showing up when it feels difficult. It's the quiet determination to keep going, the moments when you choose to push through a challenge or make a decision that aligns with your values. These are the moments that reflect growth, resilience, and commitment. When we take the time to celebrate them, we affirm our own progress and acknowledge that every part of the journey counts, no matter how small. Additionally, celebrating small wins helps us build resilience. It teaches us that success isn't just about the end result, but about the process and the consistency we bring to the table. Every small victory is a testament to our perseverance and dedication. By celebrating these moments, we reinforce the idea that even the smallest steps forward are worth acknowledging because they all contribute to our ultimate success. It encourages us to keep going, to not give up when the journey feels long, and to trust that our efforts are not in vain. And it's not just about the individual experience of celebrating these wins, but also about creating a culture of celebration in the relationships we build. When we share our small victories with others, we inspire and uplift those around us. We create an environment where growth and progress are celebrated. where we honor each other's steps forward no matter how big or small. It fosters a sense of community and support, reminding us that we are not alone in our journeys. In recognizing and celebrating small wins, we shift the focus from perfection and results to the beauty of the journey itself. We come to understand that success isn't a one-time event. It's a series of moments, choices, and actions that accumulate over time. The small wins are what carry us forward, what keep us motivated, and what remind us that every effort counts. Celebrating small wins doesn't just feel good in the moment, it has a lasting impact on our mindset and overall well-being. When we make a habit of recognizing these smaller achievements, we start to see our progress more clearly instead of only focusing on what we have yet to accomplish. It shifts our perspective from one of scarcity and lack to one of abundance and fulfillment. Instead of feeling discouraged by the distance between where we are and where we want to be, we begin to appreciate how far we've come. It fosters a sense of gratitude for the little moments which, when added up, create big results. Embracing setbacks is a fundamental part of the journey, though it can be one of the most difficult things to do. When we face challenges, when we encounter roadblocks or experience failure, it's easy to feel disheartened, frustrated, or even defeated. In these moments, it's natural to want to retreat, to avoid the discomfort, or to question whether we're on the right path. But setbacks, as painful as they may seem in the moment, are not obstacles meant to stop us. They are opportunities meant to shape us. When we embrace setbacks, we open ourselves to the valuable lessons that can only come from failure or struggle. Setbacks force us to pause and reflect, to reevaluate our strategies, and to rethink our approaches. They show us what we might need to improve, what we might need to change, and where we might need to grow. While setbacks often feel like signs of defeat, they are, in fact, signs of progress. They indicate that we are pushing our boundaries, stepping outside of our comfort zones, and testing ourselves in ways we haven't before. Without them, we would never have the chance to truly learn and evolve. In facing setbacks, we also develop resilience. It's in those moments when things don't go as planned that we discover our inner strength. We realize that even when things fall apart, we are capable of rebuilding. We learn how to adapt, how to persevere through difficult times, and how to stay committed to our goals despite the challenges we face. Setbacks teach us that success isn't linear, that it's not a straight path, but one filled with twists, turns, and moments of uncertainty. They remind us that growth often comes from discomfort, that the most important progress happens when we choose to keep moving forward, even when the way ahead is unclear. Embracing setbacks also allows us to let go of the unrealistic expectation of perfection. Too often we believe that success should come easily, that it should be smooth and effortless. But life rarely works that way. Setbacks teach us that mistakes, failures, and delays are part of the natural flow of life. They remind us that it's okay to stumble, to fall, and to struggle. It's all part of being human. By embracing setbacks, we release the pressure to always get it right, allowing ourselves the freedom to try again without shame or guilt. Moreover, setbacks often push us to dig deeper into our creativity, problem-solving skills, and determination. When faced with failure, we're forced to think differently, to approach challenges from new angles, and to be more innovative in our thinking. Setbacks can spark a newfound motivation or reveal untapped potential we didn't know we had. They can be the catalyst for breakthroughs, pushing us to think bigger, act bolder, and take risks that we might never have taken if everything had gone according to plan. Ultimately, embracing setbacks is about changing our mindset. Instead of viewing them as roadblocks, we can choose to see them as valuable teaching moments, moments that build character, resilience, and strength. We come to understand that setbacks don't define us. How we respond to them does. It's in our responses, our choices, and our ability to keep going that we find our true power. And in embracing setbacks, we give ourselves the permission to grow, to learn, and to continue on our journey with renewed purpose and determination. Self-discovery is one of the most profound and transformative experiences we can undergo. It is the journey inward, the process of uncovering the layers of who we are, what we truly value, and what we are capable of becoming. This journey isn't always easy, nor is it always comfortable. In fact, it often requires us to confront parts of ourselves that we may not fully understand or may have ignored for years. But through this process, we begin to peel back the false layers, the external expectations and the roles we've played, to reveal our authentic selves. Self-discovery begins with the willingness to look honestly at who we are in the present moment. It asks us to pause and reflect on our past, our choices, and the beliefs that have shaped our lives. It invites us to examine our fears, our desires, and our motivations, to understand why we do the things we do and how we want to move forward. It's a process of questioning what we've been told is important and deciding for ourselves what truly matters. This inner exploration allows us to break free from the expectations and assumptions others have placed on us, so we can align more deeply with our own truth. When we live in the moment, we allow ourselves to truly experience life as it unfolds. It's about paying attention to the sights, sounds, and sensations around us, noticing the small details that we might otherwise overlook. It's taking a deep breath and appreciating the feeling of the air filling our lungs, feeling the warmth of the sun on our skin, or the sound of a loved one's laughter. These seemingly ordinary moments are where life's magic resides. Yet we often rush past them in our quest for something bigger, something better, something more. Living in the moment also means letting go of the weight of the past. We all carry memories, regrets, and experiences that shape who we are. But when we become too attached to the past, we limit our ability to be fully present. Holding on to old stories or mistakes can prevent us from appreciating the opportunities right in front of us. When we let go of these mental burdens, we open ourselves up to the freedom of the present moment, where the possibilities are endless and where we can find peace without needing to change anything. Together, patience and persistence create a dynamic duo that helps us stay grounded and motivated. Patience gives us the grace to endure the times when things aren't moving as quickly as we want, while persistence fuels our determination to keep going no matter how many times we encounter setbacks. Without patience, we might give up too soon, driven by frustration or impatience with the process. Without persistence, we might falter in the face of difficulty, too easily disheartened by challenges. But when we embody both, we create the perfect balance, moving steadily toward our goals with unwavering commitment, yet understanding that the journey may take longer than we expect. Living in the moment is about embracing the present without dwelling too much on the past or worrying about the future. In a world that is constantly moving, with endless distractions and pressures, it can be difficult to stay grounded in the here and now. Our minds are often preoccupied with what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow, leaving us disconnected from the richness of the present. But living in the moment is an invitation to slow down, to be fully present in the experience of today, and to savor the beauty and depth of each passing moment. Living in the moment doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities or neglecting our goals. It means finding balance, making space to work toward our future, while also acknowledging the importance of being present in each step along the way. We can be focused on the bigger picture without losing sight of the beauty of the moment we are in. It's about integrating mindfulness into our daily lives, choosing to bring our full attention to whatever we're doing, whether it's having a conversation, enjoying a meal, or simply sitting in silence. At the same time, living in the moment also asks us to release the anxiety of the future. We often spend our time worrying about what will happen next, what we might lose, or whether we will succeed. But in doing so, we miss out on the power of the now. The future is uncertain and it will always be out of our control. What we do have control over is how we show up in the present. When we shift our focus away from what might happen and instead invest ourselves in what is happening right now, we reclaim our sense of agency and peace. By living in the moment, we create deeper connections with ourselves and others. When we are truly present with those around us, we listen more deeply, engage more fully, and experience more authentic relationships. We stop worrying about what to say next or how we're being perceived, and we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, real, and connected. This type of presence strengthens our bonds and creates a sense of closeness that is impossible to replicate when we're distracted or living in the past or future. Living in the moment is an ongoing practice. It takes conscious effort as our minds tend to wander, and it requires patience and self-compassion when we inevitably get caught up in the past or future. But when we make the effort to return to the present moment, we create a deeper sense of fulfillment and joy. By embracing the now, we give ourselves permission to be at peace, to appreciate what is, and to fully engage with the wonder of life as it happens. Moreover, living in the moment allows us to experience life with gratitude. When we are present, we are more likely to notice the small joys and blessings that might go unnoticed in the rush of everyday life. A warm cup of coffee, a quiet moment of reflection, the beauty of nature, all of these things become more vivid and meaningful when we take the time to be fully present with them. Gratitude grows naturally from this awareness, making us more attuned to the richness of life that is constantly unfolding around us. Patience and persistence are two of the most powerful qualities we can cultivate in our lives, yet they are often the hardest to master. In a world that values speed, instant gratification, and quick results, learning to embrace the steady, gradual process of progress can feel like an uphill battle. But the truth is that real growth, lasting success, and meaningful change rarely happen overnight. It's in the slow, deliberate pursuit of our goals, through times of uncertainty, doubt, and frustration, that we build the strength, resilience, and depth of character needed to truly succeed. Patience requires us to accept that the journey may take longer than we expect, and that there will be times when progress feels slow or even non-existent. It asks us to sit with discomfort, to trust that the seeds we plant today will bear fruit tomorrow, even if we can't see the results immediately. Patience teaches us to be present in the process, to focus on the small steps and incremental changes, knowing that they all add up in time. It's not about rushing to the finish line or forcing things to happen. It's about allowing the process to unfold in its own time and trusting that we are exactly where we need to be, even if it doesn't feel that way in the moment. Persistence, on the other hand, is the ability to keep going when things get tough, when the road gets bumpy, or when we face setbacks. It's about refusing to give up, even when obstacles seem insurmountable or when success feels out of reach. Persistence is what keeps us moving forward in the face of challenges. It's what pushes us to take one more step, to try again after we fail, to stay focused on our goals even when the outcome is unclear. Persistence is not about being stubborn or rigid, but about maintaining a steady commitment to our purpose, regardless of how difficult the path may seem. And patience and persistence also encourage us to develop a deep sense of trust in ourselves and in the process. When we have patience, we trust that the timing of our journey is right for us, even if it doesn't align with society's expectations or the timelines we've created in our minds. When we are persistent, we trust that our efforts are meaningful and that every step we take, no matter how small, is moving us closer to where we need to be. These qualities help us build confidence in our ability to handle whatever comes our way, knowing that we are capable of enduring whatever challenges lie ahead. In the end, it is not the quick wins or the immediate results that shape us, but the quiet, consistent efforts we put in day after day. Patience and persistence are the quiet forces behind every successful endeavor, the invisible threads that hold everything together when the path gets tough. They remind us that success is not defined by how quickly we get there, but by our ability to stay committed, stay focused, and keep going, no matter how long it takes. As we engage in self-discovery, we begin to recognize patterns in our lives, patterns of behavior, thought, and emotion that have either helped or hindered our growth. We see the ways in which we have been holding ourselves back or limiting our potential. This awareness can be difficult to face, but it's through confronting these truths that we create the space for change. It's about understanding our own strengths and weaknesses and accepting them without judgment. We learn to be kinder to ourselves, to forgive ourselves for past mistakes, and to celebrate the growth that comes from those very mistakes. Self-discovery also brings clarity about our passions and purpose. As we tune into our inner selves, we begin to hear the quiet whispers of what truly excites us, what makes us feel alive, and what we are here to contribute to the world. We uncover talents, interests, and dreams that we may have forgotten or suppressed along the way. It is in this discovery that we find the courage to pursue what makes us feel whole, to follow the paths that light us up and align us with our deepest desires. Sometimes this discovery comes slowly, piece by piece, but it's always there, waiting for us to listen. Through self-discovery, we also learn the importance of embracing our uniqueness. We start to see that our differences are what make us special, and we stop comparing ourselves to others. We realize that the journey is not about fitting into someone else's idea of success or happiness, but about creating our own definition of what it means to be fulfilled. We learn to honor our own journey, trusting that our experiences, our values, and our voice matter. And through this, we develop a deeper sense of self-worth, knowing that we are enough just as we are. The process of self-discovery is not a one-time event. It is ongoing. It evolves as we grow, change, and experience new things. As we go through life, we uncover new layers of ourselves, sometimes surprising ourselves with new desires, new dreams, or new strengths. The journey never truly ends, but that's the beauty of it. Every new discovery brings us closer to understanding our true essence, to living more authentically, and to experiencing a deeper connection with ourselves and others. Self-discovery invites us to live with intention, to be conscious of our choices, and to understand the ways in which we are creating our own reality. It's about claiming ownership of our own story, knowing that we have the power to shape who we are and who we are becoming. It teaches us that there is no perfect version of ourselves, only the version that is most true to who we are in each moment. And as we continue on this path, we begin to realize that the journey itself, the ongoing process of discovering and rediscovering who we are, is where the greatest growth occurs. The beauty of patience and persistence is that they teach us to value progress over perfection. When we practice patience, we allow ourselves the space to grow, to make mistakes, and to learn from those mistakes without rushing the process. And when we practice persistence, we remind ourselves that it's okay to face obstacles, that setbacks don't define us, and that success often comes from the ability to keep trying, even when we feel like giving up. In conclusion, success is not a destination but a journey that unfolds through moments of growth, challenge, and transformation. It's about the lessons we learn, the person we become, and the choices we make along the way. By embracing setbacks, celebrating small wins, practicing patience and persistence, and living fully in the moment, we begin to see that the path itself holds more value than any final destination ever could. As we continue on this journey, let us remember that success is not measured by how quickly we arrive, but by how we experience each step along the way. Each day is an opportunity to grow, to connect, and to embrace the richness of our journey. And when we embrace this truth, we can find fulfillment not in the finish line, but in the process itself, knowing that every moment is part of a greater, unfolding adventure.